Hello, my name is Doug Kopp. This is my home at 563 Charlotte Street, Sydney, Nova Scotia. I'm using my tablet, so unfortunately it's not a professional video, but what you're looking at is my home. And it was designed by the same architect who designed Alexander Graham Bell's mansion. It's 27 rooms, and it has 12 different roof planes, all coming together at different angles. And it's 3 stories. These roof planes had no flashing for 7 years, and because of that, where all these slopes came together, the water poured down through the walls and ceilings in my house for 7 years until Intact came and had a contractor retrofit flashing everywhere. Okay, 9 years ago, my shingles had blown off my roof in a storm. It was 10 months before the contractor, who it turns out had the same last name as the adjuster. I presume or understand that they're related. He paid him in cash up front, full amount of money. And 10 months, it took 10 months of emptying 20 buckets at a time all over the house, my wife and I, before they came and did anything. And then when they came and did some work, it turns out I have a contract, or a copy of the original contract. They left the roof completely illegal. They stole my valuable lead flashing that was worth about $1,500, and I thought they'd reinstall some $100 tin flashing. No, they didn't install anything. And there's still no roll roofing. And there's one part where 4 different roof slopes come together. And that area, which is flat, they actually they shingled it without any tar paper underneath. So all the water just gushed down there. Up until Genevieve at Intact had the roof temporarily repaired 2 months ago. Okay, so I'm going to take the tablet and move close to the house, and what I want you to know is where the exterior damage is. And the exterior damage is in 2 areas: the front and the side. Now, on the part of the house near my motorhome, next on the other side of the far side of the window, is where the engineer went and looked. And the picture he has is the wood is nice and brown and aged and untouched. Okay? I told him there was no water leak in there. I told him that. He just simply wouldn't listen, and he went and filmed that anyway. Also on the roof, he went to a part of the roof that had never leaked because it had a large slope, a high slope. And I said, look, go up top where all the boards are rotten and lift it up there. He refused. Okay, having said that, you'll see, and I'm going to turn this around, you'll see where the biggest problem has been in the front, and that is water came down from the large slope, from the you can see one slope coming down towards the door from the driveway side, one coming down from the flat roof side, and one slope coming down from the park side. And there's the park. I'm right on the park, and there's the ocean right over there. So I got ocean, and the fountain is right there. Couldn't have a more beautiful location. But anyway, you'll see that long sweeping slope, about 25-30 feet long, that comes all the way from the top past the doorway, or past the entrance to the house. That had no flashing, and if you notice right now, it's wet. but there was no flashing there at all for 7 years. So all that water running from all those 3 roofs went right inside of that wall. And inside of that wall, it's black with mold. And underneath the doorway in the beams in the basement, where the water came in, you know, all collected, ran through the walls and ran out down there, all of that is just, the wood is so moldy that it's like cheese, okay? Now, this side of the window is black, okay? It's black, okay? That's where he didn't take a picture, okay? I'll have to show you pictures inside, but it's black with mold. Underneath is black with mold. Up top is black with mold because for 7 years it was soaking, wringing wet. It was never dry for 5 minutes during that whole time period, okay? And this side, right there on that side of the window where he took the sample down below or where he took the picture, nothing, because there's no flashing there for it to leak in. All the water came through all the areas where there was no flashing to keep the water from running into the walls. So this entire exterior is rotten, black with mold. And we sent it away for lab testing, 3 different kinds of mold, and they rated it as abundant, the highest quantity rating that they have for amount of mold. So the contractor says he's got to rip the whole thing out. This siding is called Rustico, and it's not aluminum, it's like a tin kind of material, but you can't, once you take it off, you can't put it back. It's permanently damaged, it can't be replaced, so the whole siding in the house has to be replaced. Also, he tells us that this step, in order to get at the rotten wood underneath and the rotten and moldy wood, he's got to break all this concrete platform up too, okay? So you can see, even right now, you can see where the water is and where it's wet. Well, now there's flashing, but before, for 7 years, there was none. Soaking, wringing wet every single minute, 7 days a week. It never, ever dried out, okay? That's one big problem, okay? Let me go to the other side of the house and I'll show you the other big problem.